Have you ever heard rap music?
Does Sir Mix-a-Lot like booty?
Listen to this. Actual rap lyrics. Life ain't nothing but gritches and money. Only they don't say gritches. They say a certain word that rhymes with it that starts with a B.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes. We've got updated news from DC Comics. We know they obviously have big plans for Batman, not only in the comic books, but in video games, movies, streaming, television, and apparently they're going to be attacking some of the global markets for Batman with a new book called Batman: The World Anthology. And here to talk to me about that is my good friend Joe Corallo, comic book editor, award-winning editor at that, and comic book writer. How you doing, Joe?
I'm all right, Wes. How are you?
I'm doing good. When I saw the name of this, I immediately thought this was a sequel to Batman Incorporated.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's also odd timing because Amazon just purchased MGM Studios, and any Bond fan knows that the world is not enough.
Boom. And it has nothing to do with the X-Men world, where I guess it's just like a simulated universe. And This is going to be, I guess they're going to have specific stories aimed at markets. We're going to have North America, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, the Czech Republic, Russia, Poland, Turkey, Mexico, Brazil, China, Korea, and Japan all covered. And they're all going to have covers for the specific markets by artists. They're all written, I guess, by creators in these markets. I had heard of none of them except for the U.S. market, obviously, with Brian Azzarello and Liber Mijo.
Yeah.
I don't know. This seems... I can't see this being really interesting. Are they... a 186-page anthology book with a story from, representing each country? What's the purpose, Joe? I mean, you're a writer. You're an editor. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I don't get it. It seems like I'm trying to think. Hopefully, we're just wrong and don't actually understand what they're trying to do here. But I would hope that rather than do something like this, you put out original content for other regions and not like a book that you want U.S. audiences to buy and other places. Like you want to sell this in France and hope that they want to read about all these other regions. Same thing with China. Like I don't get this.
Well, the book, I imagine, is not going to be altogether cheap. It's like, if it's 186 pages, it's probably going to have to be a hardcover.
Yeah, it is a hardcover.
Probably going to be pretty expensive. Are people in France and Spain and Germany and Brazil and China going to shell out that kind of money just to get 18 pages of their creative team?
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know why that would be appealing. I can't imagine someone in France being like, finally, we have a French creative team doing a story about Batman in France. And not for nothing, I feel like with the reputation Batman's built up, the kind of stuff you expect in a Batman comic, and from the movies, everything, he's in really bad neighborhoods. Like, Gotham's a bad place. If there were Batman sightings in a particular town I was in or city, I would be like, it's time to go. Things have gotten really bad and we need to get the hell out of here.
Pack up your stuff. We're heading to the Hojos.
Exactly. Just get out of there. And like you were saying before, I think Batman Incorporated covered all of this ground pretty well. But now I guess Batman just moves from city to city and is just everywhere. And but the point of Batman Incorporated was to do that. I don't get this.
Batman's already a global icon. I don't think there's anybody that's sitting in Poland going, you know what? I would like to try Batman, but he's never had a story in Poland. Barrier to entry.
I don't quite know what the optics of having a rich white guy have to save people in Brazil and Korea and China and other places where it's clearly you people can't save yourselves. A rich white American has to come and save you. That's the optics of that are not great.
Do you think they should have done something more like that Captain America? What is that? whatever the 60th anniversary Captain or 80th anniversary Captain America thing they're doing, where every place has their own Captain America with a new name.
Yeah,
The Batman of Poland.
Where they just franchise it out. You know, it's
the
just
Batman of Brazil.
But like, how psychotic is that? Like no one should be doing any of this. None of this makes any sense. Is there not enough Batman? Did they not translate Batman comics? What? Why do this?
And a lot of the markets are different. I know. I think the biggest comic book market outside the U.S. or like North America, I believe it's the U.K. But when you get into France, I'm sure that there are American comics there, but they have their own comic book industry, and I imagine that's where they're getting the creator from. But they don't publish comics the same way we do in North America.
Yeah,
it's a different, like it's the same medium, but it's different. They have their own like localized way of doing it. It's certainly not in like 18 or 20 pages. I think all their stuff is like graphic novels. They do like one book a year.
Yeah. And I love French graphic novels and all that, but I don't get it. And then all the covers are just like, okay, it's Batman just showing you pictures of him in other places. Like, okay, have we not seen that before? Have we not seen Batman travel? Like Batman
I've never seen Batman on an enormous what was that? Enormous bull. Right?
Yeah.
When he was in Spain. Although I think it is a sign, not an actual bull.
I think it's a sign, yeah. But it's like Batman fought his way through time to reclaim his life in modern day. Batman has gone through space and gone toe-to-toe with the likes of Darkseid. So it's like you lay all that out. This man he's tussled with Superman and came back to tell the tale. He's fought through dimensions. He was there at the end in places, in events like death metal and all of this. And it's like, and now you've seen Batman do all that. So get ready for Batman in the Czech Republic. Like it's.
Like Batman saves the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, it's just like now.
Are they going to like shrink
Rio.
it down, and it's going to be a miniature Eiffel Tower? He's going to have to chase it down, and like something from a cartoon or something. Like,
yeah, but like, what is it? What's Batman in Brazil going to do? Is it going to be like Batman?
It's got to be Christ the Redeemer, right?
Something like that, but maybe it's just like Batman. You got to help us. All the cops took off during the World Cup, and it's just anarchy. You have to save us. Like. Well, what are you gonna do? It's this is all baffling. I get it, kind of, but this seems
it's an
like,
idea. That's what it is. It's an idea.
It's an idea. It'll sell fine for completists. There are enough Batman completists that'll pick up enough of this that they're not going to lose money on it. But at the same time, it's like this isn't something that people are good. This seems like a gift. People are going to give this as like a gift.
Do you think this is only going to be published in like English, or do you think there's going to be a fully translated like French version, Spanish version, Italian version, German? There's a lot of different languages here.
Yeah,
because then they could lose money.
I think you have to translate it. Yeah, but maybe when they translate it, it'll be part of a different package. Like maybe they'll take the different stories that are translated and put them in, other books to try to sell them or something. Like,
what about the one in Japan? They read different than we read their books. They go from like right to left instead of left to right.
Yeah, they also have that.
They're gonna be out of order.
Maybe who knows? But they also have the there's the Bat manga. Like there's that was fun. It's been a while since I checked that out, but and there was that Batman the Brave and the Bold episode where they go into the Batman manga dimension. That was fun. But yeah, I don't quite get this. And again, it's they're making enough Batman comics. This is not the what would have really been nice, what I think would have been a better idea is doing this for Superman. because Superman has over the past several years been looked at as this like global protector, and you can believe that it's much easier to fit the character with, like, of course, if there was like an earthquake in Mexico, or if there was like a tsunami and in the Pacific or something, of course Superman was going to go and stop it and save everyone. Like this is a Superman book that they just made Batman because they think they can make more money with Batman.
I'll be honest, after reading Batman the last few years, the next time he leaves Gotham, he ain't getting back in.
Yeah.
The Riddler's taking over, or somebody, they're going to build up some walls, make it bat-proof, and he's not making it because everybody wants to take over Gotham anyway. He should not be abandoning that city. The people will all die.
City of Condiment King.
City of Condiment King.
That's where we're going.
$1 million idea. And there is a bit of the description that I think is kind of funny. This is what they said in the press release. Kicking off the anthology is a story from award-winning duo of writer Brian Azzarello and artist Lee Bermeo. In the story titled Global City, Batman reflects on his time in Gotham, protecting his city and its inhabitants from all manner of threats. But when he looks beyond the bridges, alleys, and skyscrapers, the Dark Knight realizes that the call for justice knows no borders, as there are wrongs to be righted everywhere. Their story sets off a series of tales chronicling Batman's past and present, stories told by the best-known international voices. So it sounds like there's going to be more Batmans. But I think Batman already knew that there were probably injustices happening around the world. He's only saved the galaxy multiple times.
Yeah, and even pre-crisis, he used to travel around and save people in other places. I don't get it. And again, I really think this is much better suited for Superman to do a story like this. I think that would be great. It's so much more built in to the character. This feels very, like I was saying, this feels very, we just need to sell Batman. Batman sells. Let's do that. We have the movie coming out soon.
Couldn't they just target some key markets that have interest in Batman, that maybe they want to elevate him a little bit more and just create Batman material for that market, maybe in an anthology with 3 or 4 creators from that market that's a little bit thicker, and maybe identify 3 or 4 of them and really hit them.
Yeah, I mean that's very possible, but a lot of times if the material's good, it goes over well in other places. You just translate it, just like manga here and anime and stuff like that.
Are there any good Batman stories though?
There might be a few decent Batman stories, although City of Condiment King probably wouldn't be one of them. But I also had in my back pocket a Russian dressing mafia joke, but
if there's no like breadcrumbs to City of Bruce, Jim Lee and Daniel Cherry shat the bed with this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that could be something. Maybe it's just to ship off all these Robins, and they're just all at you're all Batman now in other places, or I don't know. I don't get the appeal of just having Bruce travel around the world punching people, and I get the appeal of just licensing out Batman less. I don't know. Just tell good story. Like Gotham City is not a real city. Part of what makes it appealing to people all over is because you can insert your own city in these places, and it's not, it's not New York, it's not Chicago, it's Gotham City.
Certainly in Europe, there are plenty of Gothic, there's plenty of Gothic architecture in a lot of those cities that it almost would more, physically represent those closer to some of those cities than even in America. So,
yeah, I'm always happy to see Brian Azzarello and Lee Berguna, or however I butcher his name, but they're great. I love them together. So like that's going to be cool. Maybe they'll
the
release
cover's going to be amazing.
Yeah. The art looks good. I mean, maybe this is going to end up being more of like an art book where the art's going to just be so gorgeous, and it's just going to be like, Batman skipping around all sorts of places. And
could that be the appeal? if you're a hardcore comic reader and you're literally getting, story and art representation from all these different corners of the globe, what would Batman look like if he was manga? Well, I think we know that one. What would Batman look like if he was designed by a Russian creator? Is that maybe that's what it is?
Yeah, no, it's maybe, I guess. They
probably should have just reprinted Batman Incorporated.
That works. Also, it's weird because you're doing all this, and then there's no like Batman Ireland. So it's
horseshit.
Weird, right? Like, I
want to see Batman kissing the Blarney Stone, just like I did.
There you go. Yeah, we got none of that. There's no, there's no, Batman Amsterdam. Let's see Batman do some, hard drugs in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you about my time in Amsterdam. That place is fun. Yeah, would get Batman in there. There's a lot of stuff he could clean up in Amsterdam.
And also, not for nothing. I mean, you're out in the Philippines. Don't you deserve representation? Why isn't there a Batman Philippines?
There should be. If we could use a Batman here right now. There's a lot of things happening.
Yeah, you could have got Whilce Portacio. Like,
I was about to say, there's so many great Filipino artists.
Yeah, a lot, and no Batman Philippines. They'd rather cater to Italian Batman than Batman in the Philippines, and don't know why. Although I'm sure Italian Batman's gonna be chef's kiss.
Absolutely, and we are going to get dumped on for not kissing DC's ass and be like, "Oh, thank God, another Batman anthology where he goes around the world." Yeah, it could be good, but I don't know what the big point of it. This is my takeaway, Joe. Mm-hmm. It's an idea.
Yeah, no, it's an idea. This art could be gorgeous. The covers are gorgeous. And if this is more of a coffee table book or something like that, I think that has a lot of appeal. If you can just turn and just gorgeous art of all different cities and Batman's in it, so it's like a coffee table book with like a Batman sort of theme through it, that could be really great. And these stories might be wonderful. I have no idea. I don't know, for all we know, it's you go to Batman Brazil and he's tracked down, Killer Croc in Brazil, and he's got there could be all sorts of fun stuff in here. It's just,
it better be Angry Alligator. I'm going to be furious.
It better be Angry Alligator, but yeah, it's got to be that, and yeah, again, I just lean to, this is like such a Superman idea. This is the they've got a Superman square peg that they're trying to push through just a Batman circle, and it's just not why do that? You have it. It's all there for you on a platter to make this Superman, and they're like, no, Batman. I don't get it.
It should definitely be BC Comics, Batman Comics for sure. Joe, thank you so much for coming on here talking about this upcoming anthology, Batman the World.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say before we wrap this up?
No, I think we covered it. I got through most of the jokes. I was able to get back to the Russian dressing mafia, so I think we're good.
Yes, and for the most part, we were just trying to have some fun and a little bit of sarcasm.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun with us.
Yeah, I hope so.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.